Yo, this is Chris from Team Innovate.
This is Darren from Team Innovate.
And we're just here today to bring you a little blog about some of the upcoming cards. First, we're going to talk about 2 cards that caught our eye from Generation Force, and then we're going to talk about the 8 Exceed monsters that are going to be coming up soon. 3 of them from the starter deck, and the rest from the next booster pack. Well, booster pack after Extreme Victory. So, yeah, let's get on moving right to that. We'll start off right off the bat so we can keep this video short and sweet. Don't mind the camera turning.
We'll get better at that. Probably will.
We'll probably just edit that part out. We'll see about that. But yeah, the first card.
We have Real Crusader, level 4. When 5 or higher monsters special summon, you must tribute this card to destroy that monster. Personally, I think it's for anti-meta, maybe Gemini Beat. Maybe. I mean, I don't really see a Gemini Beat using this card, unless they want to go for Gaia more often. You can also Rota if you want.
I'm thinking, yeah, same thing. Gemini B kind of has a tight, formula for monsters. So I personally think that anti-meta is where this card would find its home if it is used. 1800 beater, 4 stars, rotable, has an effect that screws with most of the meta. What more could you ask for? And, that's pretty much it, for that card. So now we'll move on to the second card out of this pack that we're looking at.
We have the quick play spell card, Bug Load. Select 1 face-up lower monster you control. Each player must special summon 1 monster from their hand. Wow. Can special summon 1 monster from their hand with the same low as that monster. To me, it's kind of a weird card. I guess it's okay. I guess it's good for Exceed summonings or whatever. Try it out, you two.
I think, yeah, it's good for decks that are meant to Exceed. I think it also does work with gadgets too, because since you don't lose a card in hand from summoning gadget, you just kind of speed up your deck multiple times in one turn. And that leads into another combo that I'll probably talk about later. So, yeah, now that we've just shown you those, I don't know, we'll move on to the Exceeds. But yeah, those are just 2 cards that we were possibly looking at. Just had a little bit of interest.
We might do more.
So, yeah, as it gets closer across the pack, look at more cards from it. And, yeah, this is the first Exceed out of the 3 that are coming out of the starter deck. So, here we go.
Trash Golem, whatever it's called. Rank 2, 2 level 2 monsters. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can remove 1 Exceed monster from it instead. While this card is face-up on the field, all face-up monsters you control gain 200 attack and defense for each of this card's Exceed material. This card, like I said before, it's trash. Its attack is 500, its defense is 1800. Your card is 2 level 2 monsters. Not a lot of decks run level 2 monsters. And even if they do run level 2 monsters, they're usually tuners that people probably need.
I totally agree. It gives everything at most a 400 attack and defense boost. There are not lots of 2-star monsters stay on the field long enough to be used for it, or or expendable to use for it. So unless the deck is made to Exceed, and even so, this card is still garbage, I wouldn't see anybody using it. The next card that comes out of the pack, slightly better.
We have Garen Sword, rank 3, 2000 attack and 1900 defense. 2 level 3 monsters. Okay, when this card destroys an opponent monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can remove 1 Exceed material monster from this card to inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Not a bad card. Pretty good for rank 3, 2000 attack and 1900 defense. Its effect is okay too. It's better than Trash Golem. But, at most, it's okay. The burn damage is nice, but the card is still okay.
Moki does more work than the big Trash Golem. Point blank. But the thing is, though, yeah, I agree. There's not much for me to say about this card. 3 stars, has a nice little burn effect. Not popular enough to, or not efficient enough to put it in into the metagame. At least I don't see Nationals this way. But yeah, then the last card is the card I think is best suited to be played in some of the meta decks are at right now.
Probably gonna be everybody's extra deck or side deck, whatever. We have number 39, Expiring Emperor Hope. Rank 4, 2500 attack and 2000 defense, 2 level 4 monsters. When a monster declares an attack, you can remove 1 Exceed monster from this card to negate the attack. When this card is selected as an attack target, while it has no Exceed monsters, destroy it. I think it's a good card, 2500 attack and 2000 defense. I personally run a Nordic deck, and most of my deck is level 4 tuners. It is a good card to bring out if I'm stuck with those hands full of tuners.
I think this card will be able to be splashed. It can be played in most decks that have, a bunch of level 4 monsters. I also think that with gadgets, like Gadget Stun, Machina decks, you usually have too many times more than often you have gadgets that are just sitting on the field. If they're attack mode, they're like Shuro food for Blackwings. If they're defense mode, they're full helm food. So I think that this card is a good card because you have two gadgets sitting on the field, you turn them into an Emperor of Aspiring Hope, or Expiring Emperor Hope. And, you know, then you get a 25 beater that can negate 2 attacks. So I definitely think this card would be worth taking a look at when it comes to the metagame. But those are the 3 that will be out by Nationals. These, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will be out in the next, well, the pack after Extreme Victory Generation Force. So now we go to the first one.
Trash Shark. Rank 3. 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can remove 1 XC monster from this card to inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each of your removed from play monster. Not that great. Even Necroface. It was just both players' removed piles and not just monsters. It'd be a better card, but this card isn't that great at all. With only 1900 attack and 1000 defense. Kind of trash.
Trash Shark is kind of terrible. I mean, like, you think that, I mean, when I saw it in the show, it held 100 per monster removed from play, I was like, well, they have 2,000 life points. Maybe they'll scale it up for, you know, 4,000. Maybe they'll scale it up for us. But, no, it's kind of, it's really lame, actually. It's 100. It's not going to do damage. Even if Necroface is at 3, this card still would do, like, poop damage. I mean, nobody would be afraid of it. So, I mean, that's pretty much that one. Next one.
We have number 34, Electronic Computer Beast Terabyte. 0 attack, 2,900 defense, 3 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can remove 1 exceed monster from this card. Select 1 face-up or lower attack position monster your opponent controls. Gain control of that card until the end phase. Personally, I think it's an okay card, but since it requires 3 level 3 monsters, it's kind of hard to get out. But there's a card in Generation Force that supports this exceed monsters, so it might be okay. Also, its effect is really nice. It's basically a get brain control.
This card, I don't think it'll be finding its way into many other decks unless, like, because you can't really do tokens. So, I mean, I don't think it'll be finding its way into many meta decks. There are some cards in Generation Force, these bug monsters, X, Y, and Z bug, that help this card get out to the field. But other than that, I really don't see it being played that often. The cover card, Revised Dragon, looks cool, plays okay.
Yeah, like you said, we got number 17 cover card of the pack. Revised Dragon, rank 3, 2 level 3 monster. Once per turn, you can remove 1 exceed material monster from this card to have it gain 500 attack. While this card has no exceed material monster, it cannot attack your opponent directly. It's better than Trash Shark, in all honesty. At least you can get up to 3,000 meter. Only downfall is it can't attack your opponent directly.
Yeah, I mean, well, almost anything's better than Rubbish Golem and Trash Shark. But the point is, this thing starts out at 2,000 beater, can be run over by almost anything. If you get it to a 3,000 beater in 2 turns, it can't go directly. And if it's at 25, it can still be run over by most of the more powerful monsters in the game. So, I don't really think it'll be used that much. It's kind of lame in my opinion, but who knows? I mean, people could find something incredibly silly to do with it. The next one.
We got Protector of Founders Tires, rank 5, pretty high ranking. 2 level 5 monsters. While this card has an exceed material monster, it cannot be destroyed by card effect. If this card battles at the end of the battle phase, select one card your opponent controls and destroy it. During your end phase, remove 1 exceed material monster from this card. Personally, I think it's a great card. It can't be destroyed by card effect while it has exceed material monsters. It pops one of your opponent's monster at the end of the battle phase. Only problem is that it's level 5. It requires 2 level 5s, and not a deck nowadays. The meta doesn't run level 5 monsters.
I agree with that. I mean, like, what are the off chances that maybe you don't like some deck you'll have like 2 Celestias on the field, or I mean,
5.
Celestia's 5. Oh. And if you have like Hyper Librarians, he's gonna want to put 2 Hyper Librarians or something like that into this, or Catastrophe. I don't think it's gonna be used that often. But on the off case that it is used, it's excellent. You swing into a Battle Searcher, Mystic Tomato, Emerald Blade, whatever. It searches out its card. At the end of the phase, you blow it back up. So, I mean, I think that it can be used efficiently. But it's just a little annoying to get out. Now, moving on to this one.
Got Empty Space Sea Serpent. Was it?
That's Empty Space Sea Serpent Leviathan.
Okay, sorry. Rank 3, 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can remove 1 exceed material monster from this card. Select one level 4 or lower, remove from Plague monster, and special summon on your side field. This card is better than Revised Dragon. not attack-wise since it's only 1800, but its effect is awesome. It doesn't specify which remove from play monster. Wow, which side? Never mind. Go on.
What he was trying to say is, our honorary agent, is that it doesn't specify which remove pile that you'd have to take the monster from. So, I mean, you could literally cast Dark Core, whatever, somebody's monster already gets sent to the graveyard with Macro or Macro's Cosmos, and you can bring it back to your side of the field. Also, I think you can have some massive plays with it. I mean, you de-alch a monster, you're like, I want that monster now. You use the thing, remove an Exceed material monster, bring it to your side of the field. So I think it's definitely worth playing. It's one of the better Exceeds from this one. And now we move on to the last one.
What we thought, by the way, is probably the best Exceed monster in this whole pack. We got Mainspring Armored Zenmeister, rank 4, 1900 attack and 1500 defense. 2 level 4 monsters. This card gains 300 attack for each of its Exceed material monster. Once per turn, you can remove 1 Exceed material monster from this card to select 1 face-up monster on the field. Flip that monster to face-down defense position. During the end phase, the selected monster that is flipped to face-up attack position. It's a pretty good card in my opinion. It comes out as a 2500 beater with, 2100 defense, and you can abuse the crap out of flip effect monsters with this card.
I totally agree. It comes out as a decent beater, and I mean, you abuse Raikou, you abuse Hamster, you abuse Morphing Jar. It's just kind of silly in my opinion. You special summon stuff with Hamster, flip face down, in turn comes back up, stuff like that. Raikou blows up 2 monsters, Morphing Jar runs through 2 hands. I mean, that's silly. So I mean, I honestly do think that this card will be seen as the most, like, you'll see it the most out of these Exceed things. And yeah, in short, I would definitely say Exceed monsters, some of these have some powerful effects, mainly Aspiring Emperor Hope, Mainspring Armored Zenmaster, and Empty Space C, Levile. Point being, at the moment, just with these, I don't think the cards are powerful enough to make their own deck yet, but we have yet to know. They could release some other stuff as like TGC exclusives. They could give us some more of their OCG exclusives, you know, the ones that are going to be coming out of that dual terminal Exceed startup. We don't know. But at the moment, I'm not quite sure if they're powerful enough to make a deck yet. But yeah, that was pretty much that for me. This is our first blog. Try to be gentle. We are yet virgins to the internet blog. And yeah. So yeah, basically, treat us gentle. Please thumbs up. We love thumbs up. Subscribe. We love subscribers too. And yeah, comment if you have any other ideas or have any viewpoints we haven't seen yet. Comment. We love to get new feedback. I mean, it just kind of helps the whole Yu-Gi community as a whole. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was kind of long, just over 13 minutes now, but hopefully it was a little educational. We'll be doing many things in the future. More blogs, deck videos, duels, coverage. We're going to like Nats. We're going to, I know at least some of us are going to Rhode Island. So yeah, we'll have lots of coverage. And that's pretty much it. Look out for our, Mainspring deck preview. We'll be looking at some of the cards and the pros and the cons. And also Removal Fish. We'll try to put that together if we can. But yeah, basically that's it for me. I mean, anything you want to say?
Don't blame us too much, YouTube.
Yeah, we don't like flames. This is unfortunate. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Team Innovate signing out.
Bye-bye.